How you doing, everybody? Nick Haggerty with Century 21 Haggerty, and I am joined with Brian J. Burds of the Brian Burds Home Selling Team, who happens to be the #1 team in the Century 21 system in Texas. So I think he knows a little bit about a little bit. And today Brian's going to talk to us about how to maximize Google My Business. All right, we're going to talk about maximize Google My Business to generate some leads in our real estate business. So Brian, you want to talk to us about maximizing our Google business?
Absolutely, absolutely. Sorry, I couldn't avoid that large glare over the top of your head.
Thank you for bringing that up again.
So basically, guys, what we need to focus on is what does it mean to have a Google business page? What does it mean to be found on Google, right? We always think that Google is just a place to find information, but it's also now the platform that people find you, okay? So with that being said, let's just do a couple demo runs, if you will, okay? So play that. If I were to do, let's say, Nick Haggerty.
All right, I'm pretty excited about that. Well, let's look up Nick Haggerty. I just met somebody in a coffee shop, handed my card, they threw it away and decided to Google me. So what are they going to see on here?
So type in Nick Haggerty, and here's what pops up. Tell me.
That is not how you spell my name, everybody at home. But okay, so what we have here is a glaring fail on Nick Haggerty's page.
Now, that probably will not get you any business. Would you agree?
I would agree.
Now, think about it. The last time you got a business card, what'd you do with it?
I threw it away.
What does everybody do? Right?
Throw it away.
They throw it away. But will they maybe remember the name? Probably, right? They may see it, they may hear it, they may even just keep it to the mind that they see you on, so let's say, social media.
Sure.
What happens when they type you in Google? You get that. Okay? Now, let's play that same game. Now, my name, not very easy to spell. Would everybody agree?
Correct.
Yes. So I've purposely typed in Brian Burds, right?
Big brain on Brian.
Guess what? What happened when Brian Burds got typed in? So we went from typing your name in, and we got a different person with the right spelling. Typed in my name wrong, and we got the right thing. Let's just test it out one more time.
Well, real quick, while we're there, go back to where you were.
Yep.
And one of the reasons we're doing this video too is to show you why we should be doing this Google My Business. I want you to walk through what we're seeing on your Google My Business real quick to see what right looks like here.
Absolutely. So Google is a very powerful search no matter what. One, you have what is called the directory. So that runs through everything on the left-hand side. This is all organic. None of this is paid. On the right-hand side, you have your profile for Google My Business, what we're talking about today, right? And that has all my information, my reviews, as well as some posts that I put on there and my social profiles. And then at the bottom, it even has who my competitor nature is. It also has all these other details to include news, images, videos, shopping, and so on and so forth.
Go back to images, please.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important to note that all of the images that you just clicked on there, when you search your name and see images, it's all pictures of you, right? So it's not other famous Brians or whatever the case is, it's all you there. So, and that's something that you can do on Google My Business, right?
Of course. And we have actually set up another training for that, and you'll see the link that will pop up in your top, I believe, right-hand corner right now.
All right, so another big question that everybody's always asking, I know around our office and things like that, is if I wanted to have a Google My Business that resembled yours, right? Is that something that I can do, or do I need to hire out? Do I need to get a firm or become a client of somebody who will do that for me, get a team, or is that something that I personally can go to Google and take care of on my own?
So the beautiful part is not only can you do it on your own, but we've actually set up ways that can show you how to do that on your own. And that's the real key here, is that we want you to make sure that you spend a few minutes to build out that profile. Now, we talked about this a little bit earlier, and I want to make sure that I address it too. There is some ways that you can make just a simple breakdown. And by walking through a tutorial, you can see what a person would be if they just do a simple profile. So Andrew has taken that time to build out a simple profile, right? We know that he's a realtor, we know his address, we know his phone number, and we have his website and a call function. That is first step. That's walking you through time one, right? Now what we need to do is figure out how do we take it from here and move it over into here, right?
Got it. Okay, so what's the next step then? So let's say me, for instance. Let's say you're starting at -0, like I am, right? So clearly I've got a lot of work ahead of me. What's the next step? What do I need to do? Do I contact Google? Do I What is it? Do I just click on there and figure out how to do it? What's my next
So
step?
today, I've completely taken all your boasting energy about your social media and said that it wasn't affecting Google, right?
Correct.
Okay. So now what we need to do.
Slap in the face.
Yeah, now what we need to do is realize that yes, let's maximize your social media, and now put it into action. So we need to get back onto Google and go to one simple location, and that is business.google.com. The moment I type that in, it's going to open up this page. This page is pretty simple. You would go down to Manage Now, which is basically creating your profile.
Okay.
It would walk you through about 10 steps. In those 10 steps, one of those steps is going to be a verification of address. Google wants to make sure if they're going to put their listing that there's something valid there, because what they don't want to do is send somebody where they're not supposed to go.
Right.
So that's what this is going to do. And during that verification period, that's when you can actually jump in and start working on your profile. Now, we've done an entire class on this that breaks this down. And once again, in the top right about now, there should be a setup that says, click here for this video. And that will take you directly into where we go through step by step on that information.
Okay. All right, so that's the first thing I need to do, send away for my verification, which makes sense, right? Because Google wants to make sure that I'm not some Transylvanian prince that's trying to sell something crazy, right? So I'm going to go through there, and it's going to take, how long do you say it's going to take for that verification?
Traditionally, sometimes they can do immediate verification if you go through some additional steps. Traditionally, because it's going to probably be built on another business, especially in real estate, usually on the brokerage business, that it will take a week to send out usually a postcard.
Okay, so about a week. So in that week's time, what you would suggest I would do then is basically I'm going to write up my bio, right? Like the services that I provide. And once we click on that, and again, the class is going to show there that we have everything together. But just to get started, first thing I do, get on there, manage it, send out my verification, and start getting my ducks in a row. Getting my pictures that I want to put up, writing out which services I do, and giving my bio. Is that what you'd say?
Absolutely. And that by itself will take a world of difference. Like I said, just in the simple search of you and Andrew, there's a dramatic difference in the way that a person's going to find you online.
Oh,
and yes, if they type in on Facebook or maybe on Instagram, they find you. But remember, at the end of the day, it also takes that one extra step for the person that may not be using Google, or Facebook or Instagram.
Right.
Finding all avenues, having a unique fashion across platforms would be successful. We've had this discussion before that you may not use Twitter, but having Twitter and having an account on Twitter can have its value because somebody may search on Twitter.
Well, like you said too, right? Like nowadays, we're going to use the Google, and that's what they're going to do, right? They're going to Google your name, but on yours at the very bottom there, they can go from Google straight over to your social media platforms, like you were showing, right?
Of
So
course,
now
of
we're all
course.
connected, and it's just one more way to reach you. Whereas for me, and you gotta really want to find me, apparently on my Google.
Absolutely, and once you get once you get yourself set up, your platform will look something like this. So you will have your entire setup, and you will have your homepage, which allows you to edit your content and be able to check things like insights, add photos, add posts, add content to your details. So yes,
now,
absolutely.
over here to the right, I'm assuming those are your views, searches, activities within what? Is that for all time? How many is that?
So this
5,000
is
views?
my performance within the past 28 days.
All right, so these are actual quantifiable results that you can show from your Google looking a little nicer than mine.
Correct. And on top of that, you can also, well, here's the one thing that is really relevant is that you don't even have this, right? Because you don't have that profile built up. Whereas Andrew actually can see this because he does have that profile. So just the profile is huge.
Right.
Taking the profile one step further is what starts to add value to create this, which is your actual detail. So,
Okay.
yeah. Like
Well-
I said, yeah, we did that other class. I think that we'll get in a lot more detail. This is kind of just a real overcap, but I do think that being successful in this business does require advancement in the way people are starting to search for you.
Absolutely, and I mean that's huge. That's I think we've shown definitely why we need to get on Google My Business. Seen some absolute results. I mean, we're going to see something like if you just get in there and get started, right? So, and when I say we need to just get started. I'm going to send out for that verification. And let's see what it does, right? So it's going to take 1 week. I'll have my ducks in a row, and let's get this going. If you guys want to find out more information on that, click on that link or look up more of our stuff on our page, and we're going to really try and push this out. And let's all get better together. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you got something out of it.
Have a great day. See you later.